Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome to another video. My name is Gabriel, and it's been a while since I made a LEGO review. I haven't made a video in like a month and a half or so, but I just want to say it's good to be back, and we're going to kick things off with the LEGO Ninjago set, Cole's Dragon Cruiser. This is set number 71769 for ages 8 and up with 384 pieces. This was released in 2022 for around $45 in the United States. I found it on sale for around $10 off, assuming it was a Black Friday deal. And this is based off of Season 15 of Ninjago, Crystallized, which is, I think, the last season of Ninjago ending the show, and they're going to start a new Ninjago spin-off kind of show next year. But I'm excited with this set here. There's some things I like and some things I don't like about it. But with that being said, let's get into the minifigures. We get a total of 4 minifigures in this set, 2 good guys, Cole and Kai, as well as 2 villains, which is General Asphira and a Venstone Brute, I believe. So we'll take a look at them in this order. We're going to kick things off with Cole here, and more specifically this is Golden Cole, which I think there were multiple suits for them in this series. There was like a version of this Cole but without the golden armor, and it was just a normal black suit, but I think this looks really cool. It's like the ninjas' golden legacy suits, kind of, but with like their normal color as the base color for their suit. I think that's pretty cool. He's got some golden arms, a golden shoulder pad that can hold a katana in the back, as well as a cool golden mask with a black headband that goes around, and he has his ninja symbol on the front. He comes with 2 weapons here, which is the katana that is in his back, and a small handheld hammer. It's not the big long one that he normally comes with in some sets, but I think it's cool that we get variety of weapons in the Ninjago sets. But this is built using 4 pieces, using the golden lightsaber hilt as one of them. Here's what it looks like with the sword. Whoop, I dropped it. With the sword in his hand, if you wanted to see that. One thing I wish Ninjago did is if they had clips on the back instead to hold their weapons, because we know the ninja hardly ever use swords in the show. It's mainly just Kai and Lloyd after Season 8. They use the swords, but for a while, at least half of the ninja used swords before the LEGO Ninjago movie came out and introduced other individual weapons. But here's Cole by himself without the weapons, and he looks pretty cool. Here is his face with the mask off. I still think his angry face from the Ninjago movie is still a little goofy, but he does have this alternate face with a smile on the back, which looks pretty nice. And removing the armor, you can see some of that neat back torso printing with lots of cool golden armor on the back as well. It just looks really nice. Now this version of Cole is not exclusive. He can be found in 3 sets, which is Cole's Dragon Cruiser, Lloyd's Golden Ultra Dragon, and a Cole foil pack in some magazine gift, and he is worth around $5.50. Moving on to Kai, or more specifically Golden Dragon Kai. This is a really cool version of the ninja in like their energy elemental forms. They have many of those forms that come in many different sets, but I think this is one of my favorites here. There's a whole bunch of new pieces have been made for this set, or this figure, and you can see that his arms and his legs are both translucent or transparent. You can see underneath them, and his legs also have some really cool torso printing. You can see there's like fire going on his chest there. He's got some cool golden armor, and then he has these really cool molded wings. They're plastic, but they're like dual molded colors with some transparent red and some gold. I think it looks pretty cool. And this cool armor piece, which is gold, but it has these hole connections in the back for these pins, and that is one thing I really do not like about any of the Golden Dragon minifigures. Is they use these blue pins that just completely ruin the look of the figure, and I think it's just really unfortunate that that is like that. I wish they made like a new color for that piece, maybe in like a gold would have fit perfectly. But other than that, it just doesn't look very well. It takes a lot of the pleasing aesthetic of the dragon character, and then you go into the back and you just see blue pins. It doesn't look very good. There are some horns or on the end of the wings or claws or something like that. And there's a cool new mask mold as well, which is like a dragon head. As you can see, there's like some eyes and a nose, some ears in the back. I think that looks pretty cool, and it's also translucent on the back. Kai also has a translucent head underneath with a cool face print. You can see he still has like the scar he has in that one eye, which is pretty cool. He doesn't necessarily come with a weapon, but that's because this weapon, or the weapon he has, is shared with Asphira. If you know in the show, all the crystallized generals get the ninja's golden weapon of Spinjitzu from the pilot episodes of Ninjago, and they get all crystallized, and then the ninja have to get their weapons back, focus their elemental power into the weapons, which is how they get their weapons back. But here is how he looks with the Sword of Fire that is included in the set. You actually get a couple extra. You get, you get one extra Sword of Fire, as well as all the other elemental weapons, because they come in like a golden pack. So if you just get one of the crystallized sets because you want the weapons, it's a good idea because it comes with all the weapons, except for the chains of the nunchucks, because, you know, they're not specially molded. But there he is with the Sword of Fire, and he looks really cool. This guy's non-exclusive, which is weird, but he does come in Cole's Dragon Cruiser and a Golden Dragon Kai a foil pack, which I think is weird that he comes in a little magazine gift. I think he should be exclusive to the set. But other than that, he goes for around $7.50, which is still pretty expensive for this figure. Before I move on, I forgot to show what he looks like without the armor, so you can see that cool fire detail on the back of his torso as well. Moving on to General Asphira. This is Asphira from Season 11 of Ninjago, which is the Secrets of Forbidden Spinjitzu, but she's been recruited by the Crystal King to join his Crystal Council as one of the generals, and here she has been all crystallized, has some new cool armor, and I noticed how, you know, she's supposed to be like a snake, right? But she doesn't have the snake tail. I don't know if she had the snake tail originally in the original LEGO sets that she came in, because I didn't get any of the Season 11 sets. But she does have this cool purpley mist smoke coming out of her bottom half, which still looks pretty cool. And then here is the Sword of Fire I mentioned before, that's all crystallized. It comes with this cool crystallized looking handle, which is really awesome. It's like a translucent pink, and so you can take the sword out and you can see what it looks like by itself. So even if you take the sword out, she does have a bit of a weapon there to fight back against Kai, who just stole his sword back from her that she stole from him. So yeah, she comes with this cool crystallized looking armor as well, which is all translucent pink, and the new colors on her head. This head is not new mold. This came in the Season 11 sets, but it's newly colored with the gunmetal gray and the translucent pink, which looks pretty cool. You see she has the pink eyes. I didn't notice that before, but now with the flash of the camera I can actually see that her eyes are pink. And she has some cool torso printing with some cool crystallized looking armor. And here she is without the armor. You can see her back torso printing looks pretty cool. And this is the only figure that is exclusive in the set, and she goes for around $11.50, which is pretty expensive. I did not know that before, but now I do, so that's pretty cool. And moving on to our last but not least figure of the set is the Vengestone Brute. These guys are an interesting army, created out of Vengestone and brought to life by the Crystal King. So you can see there's like a mix of Vengestone and crystal in this figure, whereas the gunmetal gray and the orange parts are the Vengestone, and then all the pinkish parts are definitely the crystals, which look really cool with those transparent pink arms, as well as the translucent pink leg. I keep mixing up transparent and translucent. I gotta pick one, man. He has this cool new molded head, which looks super awesome. It sticks out pretty far from the body, though. Kind of like, I don't know, kind of like the Chima crocodiles that I remember. And he has this cool looking blade here, which is not a very sophisticated weapon build, but it's a new crystal looking blade that attaches to this old Ninjago hilt here in gunmetal gray, and it's a really cool looking figure. This guy's not exclusive. He comes in 3 sets: Cole's Dragon Cruiser, Kai's Golden Dragon Raider, and Lloyd's Golden Ultra Dragon. He goes for around $4.50. Now, moving on to the build of the set, we have Cole's Dragon Cruiser itself. This is the only build of the set, and like I said in the intro, there are some things I like and some things I don't like about this set. But it looks pretty cool overall. Like from a distance, it looks like a decent sized vehicle. And on the inside, there's this orange cockpit. It does pop off, and it looks pretty cool. There's not a lot of detail, but you can fit 2 minifigures in there. And the only minifigure that you have that can fit in there would be Cole, maybe the Vengestone Brute. But with Cole's weapons, actually, the hood here, which is fairly detailed with all these bar pieces on the front that makes it look like a cool little grill. There are 3 stickered pieces on the front as well, and some cool spikes and swords. And this lifts up the hood, and you can actually store the weapons in there, so you can put his hammer and the katana in there together, and the hood closes down. And then you can sit down Cole inside. It's a bit of a snug fit, especially when you put the canopy back on top. You can barely fit him in there. You cannot fit Golden Dragon Kai, obviously, because of the wings, and not just because of that. Even if you take the wings off and you leave him on with his mask is still too tall to close the canopy down, unfortunately. Just those little bits of bumps on the mask don't let... Oh, never mind. He does fit. Awesome. I guess I was too tired when I built this. It was like late at night, so I guess I didn't figure that out. But would you look at that? He does fit. So you can fit 2 ninja in here at once, which is pretty cool, and you can fit their weapons in the hood, like I mentioned. There's a cool sticker detail on the side here, as well as 2 more on the top here, and another one on the side, on the other side. There's some cool looking blades here, which are dual molded with like an orange and a gold, which looks super awesome. As well as some cannon stud shooters right here, and you know how those work. You push on the side and they shoot out studs or tiles. I'm not going to shoot them because I don't want them to get lost. You guys know the deal. There are some cool tires on the back. Actually, they use a new tire building system, whereas you see in these wheels there's the black inner wheel and the tire on the outside. For these ones, there's no inner wheel. It's just the tire and then these golden rims, which are what hold it in place, which I think is pretty cool. There's a cool play feature where if you take these pinchers, I call them, but these little golden things on the sides, and you fold them down, it actually moves the turrets as well as the blades. So it's a pretty cool looking detail, and it looks really nice. I don't know which way it looks better. If you put it in the front, it looks pretty cool, but then the back is a little bland, and so, oh, the katana fell out. But if you put it in the back, it makes the back look pretty cool and kind of fills it out. There are some things I don't like about this build. I've said that a couple times already. But on the front here, there are exposed studs down there by the wheels, which I really don't like at all. I don't like how there's exposed studs in like the rounded areas, as well as over here by the mechanism. There are exposed studs in this area around here as well, which in my opinion doesn't look that good at all. If there was like some way they could have covered it up, maybe would have made it look better, but I understand that it's part of the build. And then like another thing, like I said, when the blades come down, the back looks kind of bare, unfortunately. But there are lots of gold ingots in there. You get a lot of gold ingots in this set if you're looking for that piece, as well as a bunch of extras. This is one of the sets for you. And other than that, other than those few flaws with the uncompleted looking studs, it does have the cool play features with the trunk or the hood being able to open up for your weapons, fitting in 2 minifigures and the cool blades along with the stud shooters. Those are the best things about this. I think especially fitting the 2 minifigures in there is one of the best things about this set, because you can hardly ever fit 2 minifigures in one Ninjago vehicle. Like Lloyd's car, the Ninja Nightcrawler from Season 8, it's such a big car. I think it's bigger than this one just by a little bit, and there's such a big interior, but you can only fit Lloyd, unfortunately. So that's one of the bad things about that set. But this set, you can fit 2 minifigures, so that's awesome. Yay. The box for this set is a really cool design on a $40, $50 box size, which looks really awesome. You can see on the front here the car driving through the crystallized city from the show, as well as Lloyd up here with the 4 heads from his golden dragon, which looks really nice. And another thing I like is how the details carry along the sides, like the crystals down here or the city over here. On the back you can see another shot of the set. It's not as mind-blowing as some other boxes. It shows one play feature and just another display thing of the set, so it's probably just like another display side of the box rather than an information side. On the top you have the 4 minifigures, and you also have them on the front as well, and the instructions here are large size with a really horrifying new look on the front. I really do not like this new design for the instructions. I think some people would agree with me. It's like a 3D rendering of the set in the boring tan background. I really don't like it. On the inside there's some like nice light orange pages, and there's a little stud moving along the bottom showing you your progress bar, and I don't like how they switched it to a stud. I liked it better when they had minifigures, but I know that might take more work putting into it. And yeah, on the front here you can see an ad for Lego building instructions, and on the back there's actually a really cool ad which Here's one for Rebuild the World, but this is my favorite one right here, where it showcases all the sets in their boxes stacked up like that. I think that's so cool. I like that way better than some of the other sets, where it's like a poster style and it has all the sets scattered around. You can barely tell what's what. But with this, they just have all the sets stacked right in front of you, and they have all their numbers. I just think that's the coolest thing. So I have Jay's Golden Dragon motorbike set as well. I might review that one next. I think that's it. The one that I really want to get is Nia's Samurai X Mech. Not really for the set, but mainly for the minifigures. You get Wu and Garmadon and Jay and Pythor and Lil Nelson and the Mechanic and obviously Nia as well. There's a lot of great characters in there. Another one I really want is the Crystal King's Temple. And that's pretty much it. I mean, also I want to collect like the Golden Dragon variants of the Ninja, but those would be these two. And I'm not really made of money, so I'll just try and focus on the Samurai X Mech for now. But that's pretty much for the instructions. One thing I'd like to mention is I think this feels overpriced at $45 because you only get 384 pieces. That's like $40 worth of pieces there, so it's like bumped up an extra $5. But I got this at a deal for $35, which isn't that bad, and that feels like it fits the price a lot better with the size of the vehicle and the characters you're getting, especially since almost every single one of them comes in other sets. I mean, you'd think the Golden Dragons the Golden Dragons would be exclusive, but no, this guy comes in a little foil pack that you can find in a magazine somewhere. But for Asphira being the only exclusive figure, I think that's kind of cool. And yeah, I really like the minifigures that are in the set, and there are some flaws with the builds that I don't like, and the price is a little bad. But other than that, I guess I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this set, and let me know if you guys have any crystallized Ninjago sets that you want me to review. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.